Alright, so something I've seen a lot is people recommending faction mods to people. It's usually just Warframe YouTubers, but I've seen a lot of people asking why they should use them, and I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't. I don't like faction mods. I'm solely biased against that because I'm entirely lazy. But I'll explain a little bit rudimentally how it works, like a like an idiot's guide to it. That's because I'm an idiot. That's how it's gonna work. So faction mods increase your damage to that one specific faction. So let's say you put on Prime Bane of Oregon. Prime Bane of Oregon gives you 1.55 times multiplicative damage to the Oregon enemies. That is solely for the Oregon enemies, and it's just essentially 55%. It's the last damage in the calculation formula, so it double dips on the damage over time effects, and it does work multiplicatively with Serration and Hornet Strike and mods such as that. And because of that, it's regarded as pretty well, you know. It's something most people are saying you need for end game level builds, but you don't need it for normal steel path. You only need it when you try to run disruption for 8 hours and get to level 9,999. Instead, what you should focus on is increasing your stat chance a bit more, your critical damage a bit more, or something along those lines, rather than throwing on Prime Bane of Oregon and doing only that much more damage to Oregon enemies. Unless you're having just straight up trouble with that mission, I recommend you just focus on increasing your damage all around, because otherwise you're going to have to be changing that mod out every single time you do a new mission, and it gets very, very annoying because when you put that mod on, you're going to be doing less damage to other factions. And as a lazy person, I'm too lazy to go around and switching my mods every single time I go through a new mission. I'd rather just take a general use build through every mission and wipe the floor with everything. That's why I use a Torrid for the most part. And if you want to be doing the most amount of damage you can possibly be doing, then yeah, throw on a faction mod. But only if you know what type of enemy you're going to be going against. Only if you know that the moment you leave that type of mission and you go from, let's say, the Void over to Deimos, you're going to be doing significantly less damage. And with that being said, that's just about it. Faction mods are only good if you're trying to min-max your stuff, and if you're not too lazy, which I am. So that being said, that's just about it. Until next time.
Subscribe to Sleepy Soul.